everybody does. I keep singing that song in the morning. Maybe I should just watch the movie. Fairy old land of Oz. Ha ha ha. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, and then my neighbor came by to visit this morning. Talked about the Wizard of Oz as well. There's no place like home, right? The gratitude that we have. Good morning, whoever's on here. Please say good morning. So, for those of you who are not in the U.S., that may be tuning in from other parts of the world, we're celebrating Thanksgiving today. And the story of Thanksgiving, ooh, someone's angry. I don't know who's angry, but I'm sorry you're angry. I know that we're going through that. Oh, it's Micadelic. Good morning. Hi. I certainly love my Micadelic. Did you throw that angry face at me? Are you mad at me? I'm sorry. I know, sometimes I could be too much. Happy birthday, Micadelic. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Micadelic. Happy birthday to you on many more. I don't know if you're still on here, Mike, but I love you very much. And happy Thanksgiving to you and your kiddos. Pray for you guys all the time. So I want to talk about today about, giving thanks. And for those of you, again, that are like not doing Thanksgiving because you live in other parts of the world, whatever it is, really gratitude. And I told you that there's a secret sauce that I live by: forgiveness, gratitude, and love. Gratitude is thankfulness, right? And it's not just, gratitude might go a little bit deeper, and I'm not 100% sure what the distinction is. But the thanks, right, that we have. And since we're on this sort of, we're kind of talking about time right now. And how do we be thankful for the time that we have, right? So I was talking about it, and time is a gift, right? It's the one thing that we have that's been given to us, right, that we can neither take back or go back to. At least we don't know how to do that, right? I don't know how to create more. I know how to create more time spiritually, mentally, emotionally, to free up space for time, but I can't really go back to the past and fix what was done. I can only be in the present here, and I can't really go to the future and determine what's going to happen in the future. I can really be here, which could help us heal the past and could help us create a future. But it's the gift that we have of time, and to be grateful for that time. And I want to talk about being grateful for time, because where we fill the space of our time is really, are we filling it with the things that we enjoy, the people that we love? Are we having those fruitful experiences with the individuals that just fulfill us in life, right? For me, my time is being spent with family. I love the holidays. I'm a big holiday person. Some people are not, and that's okay. I understand that it draws up a lot of energy and emotion for people during the holiday times. Some people have very bad experiences. Some people feel very lonely. Some people are like, I just want to get over it. It's too much. But I'm one of these who does lean towards Christmas music way too early. Okay, I love the holidays. And the only reason why I love the holidays, because I love the feeling and the sense of family coming together. I love this idea. I love the idea of all of us coming and joining and being able to communicate and share a meal together. Now, I am not saying that every family and all of my family events show up this way. They don't. But I bring the joy to the family. So rather than me waiting on, even if there's drama during the holidays, because not everybody has the same experience, I still live joyfully through them because I enjoy them. And even if I'm spending time with people who are upset or this or that, they're still there, and I still love them, and I'm still going to be grateful for them as a family, because that's what I do. I love my family regardless. And so I bring the joy. And it's because I want to remember the moments that I have during the holidays and how we join together as a family. Now, I'm not saying that you could do this all the time. It's not just one day, but we do put a lot of emphasis on it during one day, right? It's like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, where we put an emphasis on one particular idea for that day, and the energy's there. But being thankful and knowing that this energy of gratefulness is floating around because we're putting so much attention on it is the ability for us to kind of ride the wave and embody that gratitude within us and sort of look at where we're not having gratitude in our life. Like, why am I not having gratitude for that? Or what? Or being say, oh, well, maybe I have a little bit, but you know what? I'm grateful for this little bit that I do have. It doesn't have to be this big, monstrous thing. It's just the little tiny things that matter. And for me, it's about time. It's about spending time with people I love. And typically, Mike, if you're still on here, you know that we typically have friends come together as well. I am grateful for you. Oh, thanks, Curtis. Good morning. I hope all is well with you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And blessings to hopefully your grandma. I haven't talked to you, but I hope that your grandmother is okay. You can use whatever I made for you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Good morning, Roberto. So, the time that we have with our family, and hopefully, you guys are spending your time, right, with the people that you love, or you're being grateful for the time that you have. Because, again, we're only gifted this present moment right now, and what we do with it is critical, right? And paying attention to that and really being aware, like, where am I placing my time, my valuable precious time? Am I putting it in things that matter or things that don't matter, right? And for me, family is a huge thing. I love my family. I live with my family. They're everything to me, regardless of how crazy, how whatever comes up. I that's where I put my time. I put my energy in them because I love them, because I'm here to guide them, to support them. And I'm going to, of course, be eating yummy food. And I'm also grateful for a cheat meal because I've been on my health goals consistently. And so now it's time to go and have a good meal for all of the energy that I put into it. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're crying. What is your grandmother okay? Is she doing better? Um, I just, I'd like to know that. Um, so um and loving people, and also forgiveness, right? And that's a big one, right? During the holidays, I think a lot of things surface for us internally. I see it in a lot of people. They're not very, sometimes they're just sad or lonely or whatever it is, and they feel like there's this void within them. And it's funny because my neighbor actually came over to visit me this morning. We had coffee and we talked and stuff, and we're very close to our neighbors, so we have like an old school thing going on here around our neighborhood. We talk to each other. We know our neighbors. We watch out for each other. We were always looking out for each other, or whatever. Um, and she was telling her story. Hey, Nicole, happy Thanksgiving. She was talking about her story and being grateful for the little stuff that she had in her life. Because there was a time where she didn't have what she really wanted, but she was working towards it, and so she had to be grateful for that, right? She had to look at it and say, wow, I may not have exactly what I want, and I'm by myself right now for the holidays, but I'm grateful that I have God. I'm grateful that God's in my life. I'm grateful that God is providing for me the bare necessities of what I need. And that was important to her, and she knew that she would work her way through that. And just a beautiful story to hear today, like, for her to tell us how important her family was to her, to get that back, to actually have her family come back to her when she had been without him for such a long time. And because she was, choosing to do whatever she was doing. I won't tell her story because she can come say it for herself, but just the concept of her not having family and her working to get her family back, because that meant everything to her. And the goal, like she said, family is golden. So family is golden. They're gonna love us. Hopefully, sometimes family don't, but they love us even when we fall on our face. They're accepting mostly. I mean, sometimes they don't feel like it is, but and if your family's not accepting, then I accept you. So I love you no matter what. The acceptance of that. So again, it's being grateful for time. And that's really the biggest thing. How are you placing your time? What are you focusing on today? Are you focusing on being with your family? Are you focused on being with the people you love? Are you focusing your energy on truly engaging those around you that you care about? Or, are you focusing on the sad times and the things that are not good? And that's okay too. You can do that too. But then again, there's a result. How do we begin to switch our mindset to be thankful for the little things? How can we have big things if we can't even be grateful for the tiny, incy wincy things, the little baby things that have been offered to us? We can't be grateful for these big blessings if we're not even grateful for the fact that we have shelter sometimes, or that we have food, right? And we forget those things, our eyesight, or all that stuff. So being grateful for the time that's been gifted to us. We are not promised tomorrow. We can totally just evaporate, right? And just be like, I'm done. I'm evaporated. I don't know what to say. I'm totally gone. Or we can say, well, I have this day today, and I know that I'm alive and breathing now, so I'm going to go and give the gift of time to the people that I love. So that's the big kicker for me. It's like being able to give the gift of time to the people I love, being able to connect into the people and support them and be with them, right? And that is my family, and it's my nieces and nephew, and my them right there is the where I want to spend my time. I want to be with them because they're the next generation, and I want to build those memories. I want them to look back and say, oh, I remember when Auntie did this. And it's another thing too to think about it, because we still being grateful for the time, having that as a gift, it's the greatest gift we have to give to somebody, right? Is our time. But then also looking that we're coming into Christmas, and typically people think gift of Christmas is a material, tangible thing, and that's not the truth. Right? The truth is not it's a material thing. It's the time that we spend with each other is the true gift. We're not going to remember the gift that was given to us on a certain Christmas. We're going to remember the time that was spent between our families, the stories that we shared, right? That's what we're going to remember. Not what you've given to me, not these material things that you've given, but how did you spend the time with the people you loved, right? What were the stories that came up? Right? It's like you remember that sense of family. You remember the conversations. You remember the smells, the sitting around the table, or even the feeling in the morning when you're, in your pajamas and you're cozy and you're drinking hot chocolate or whatever your traditions are. You remember the cultural traditions that you build within your family or whatnot. Now, I'll say this. I'm not saying everybody, good morning, Word of Christ missions. I'm not saying that everybody's experiencing this for the holidays, and that's why it triggers a lot of stuff for individuals. Maybe they don't have a family, and maybe they don't. Good evening from Ghana. Oh, you're in Ghana. Hey, Joan. Good morning. Yes, and we're celebrating Thanksgiving today, so that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oopsie. That's what I do. I lose my train of thought sometimes. It'll come back to me because I talk. Yeah, I know. Oh, I was talking about the holidays and some people that don't have it. But then it's being grateful for you, right? At the end of the day, if you don't have that sense of family, it's being able to be grateful for the little things that we have. And if we're spending our time looking at like the sadness, which is fine, you can do that. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying there's a consequence for doing that. There's a result that happens when we do that, right? If we focus on the things that matter to us and the love and everything that God has given us, right? Because God, if you walk in faith, God will always provide. The fact that you're always provided for, right? The little tiny things. Well, I got to drink water. I was very fortunate this morning. I got to get up and do my workout. Like at 4:30 in the morning every day. I've been getting up and doing my workout every single day. And I'm grateful that I'm able to do that. Even though the gyms aren't open and all this stuff, I can still be grateful for the things I do have. Well, I have a support system to help me through the time or the transition. And I'm going to spend my time doing that for myself. Okay. So again, you can take it from the self of spending time with yourself And if you don't have family, being grateful for the things God has given you in this moment. And then you can expand that out if you have family, and be grateful for the family, even if they're crazy. And then spending time with them and building those connections with your family and memories with them. Um, and that's what I'm going to be doing for this Thanksgiving. You guys are welcome to share what you're doing for your, you know, Thanksgiving Day. I'm also, of course, on Spirit and Coffee, because I'm not going to miss Spirit and Coffee just because it's Thanksgiving. No, I'm here to thank you guys for being part of my life, right? And I'm grateful and thankful for you guys being a part of my life, and always, and showing up for yourself, really. Like I always say, it's not about showing up for me, but for you, showing up for you, because that's what matters the most, that you show up for yourself. Okay. I tell this to people over and over again: show up for yourself. You know, if you can't show up for yourself first, how are you going to show up for anybody else, right? Show up for you. Be grateful for you. So go out and be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for God if you choose. Some people, I'm not going to push that on you, but I would say, trust me, when you're grateful to God for the little things you have, He blesses you with bigger things. Grateful for the little that you have, and then grateful for your family, and really look at where you're spending your time today. Am I spending it with the people that I love and honor? I plugged into the big things. Let's see. I plugged you into the big things I'm doing and shared your podcast to that. Thank you. I appreciate you for doing that, um, Curtis. Um, I'm grateful for you, and grateful for you doing that as well. I appreciate it, and hopefully it'll help people. Right? That's what it's about. It's about people. Hopefully it helps. That's all I'm here to do, is support in any way that I can, though, in the way that I know how, and that's through these podcasts. Um, and so I appreciate that. And you still haven't told me if your grandmother's okay or not. I would still like to know, and your sister and everybody else. But that was a big thing, was, you know, again, family, and making sure that you support and stuff like that. So, um, prayers again to you and your family, always blessings, um, over and over and over again. Um, so thank you. I appreciate it. Um, she died. I'm sorry. Um, I know that you had a lot of loss, and that's never easy. And it's something that I can relate to. So hopefully you're able to heal from it, right? But my other one is still here. Oh yeah, no, I know, but the other one was sick, right? I know that the other one died. I know, I was here. I remember that, but I thought your other grandmother wasn't doing so well, so I just wanted to make sure and see how she's doing. Um, but again, I know that your mom and everybody was close and stuff, and so I pray for you guys all the time. I have been made whole. Good. I'm glad. That's good. That's awesome. And you recognize that there's nothing outside of you that you could want or need when you're made whole, right? That when you're whole within yourself, what could you possibly, except for maybe water, air, just to stay grounded into this dimensional time space, right? While we can give back to the world in the way that we know how, which is amazing. And I love that for you. Very, very, very happy for you. And glad that you're on your journey. Like I said, I would love to see 2-3 years from now you actually living your best life. you know, just not 2-3 years from now, obviously. I mean today. Like, of course, I want you to live your best life today in this moment. But I mean, like, really creating what it is and moving forward. And if it's a business or whatever it is, that it's right. So again, the grateful, the gratitude, the ability to spend time with our families, be grateful for the little that we have, and then good morning, Scott, and then know that, right, that we should be grateful for ourselves too. Be grateful that we exist in this experience, and that even if we don't have family, right? Right? If even if we don't have our family with us, that we have God, we have our spirit, we have ourself, and we have our self-worth, right? And that's the biggest piece. Am I being grateful for our self-worth? And that's a challenge for some people, and that's okay. We all go through it, right? I've been through some crazy 2020's been probably the craziest year I think I've ever had. Um, I've been through some very major spiritual lessons. And I am still in the healing process because the journey still has not, I mean, it's a journey. It's going to always show up. And so right now I'm going through some crazy stuff, but it's okay. It's beautiful. And I've been released, right, from these things. And because I've been released, right, I'm able to find that freedom within myself, the freedom to spread my wings and to fly, right? So life is beautiful. Be grateful. I'm grateful because I'm going to be connecting into India. That's another thing I have to say thanks to, is that I've always had very strong connections with people. I love people. And I'll be giving a workshop to a college in India, and then when things start to open, hopefully I can expand my workshops out there and continue to work with these institutions, which is amazing, and I'm grateful, right? Little old Natalie, trying to accomplish big things in this world, but it's never easy. Just remember, it does come in waves. Things can slap you in the face, but the reality is, when we are grateful with the time that we have and we use it wisely, and we're grateful for the, even if it's a tiny bit of our existence, that if we could be grateful for every moment that we're able to experience this world, and for what is showing up in that little present moment, right? The present, it's a present, it's a gift, that we that if we could be grateful, then we can have a fruitful life, right? That it becomes fruitful. So, gratitude for time. Remember, time gives before it takes away. We don't have to experience time, but we are. We get to. We get to experience this beautiful time. And time, where we spend it, it's critical. And you could spend it on things that are not helping you either. That's totally up to you, right? It's your choice. There's just a result and a consequence based on it. That's it. That's it. So, Sebastian, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you and to your family. And I hope you guys enjoy turkey. I'm excited to go eat turkey. Ooh, 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 ooh. And my sister cooks so good. Oh my God. That woman could cook. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Bunty. I'm excited to eat turkey. I hope you guys are. For those of you who are not part of Thanksgiving, you're on another side of the world. I say enjoy your meal today, whatever you're eating with us. And we send you thanks and gratitude, right? Today is a day of gratitude and love. So I'm thankful for you, every single one of you. And I love you guys very much. I just want you to know that. And I know that things are really probably complicated and difficult at this time, but we have a day where people are completely focusing on gratitude. So I say ride the wave of gratitude and let that be a string that streams along through the next year. Let that be the string that streams along through the next year, right? That gratitude, because we can use more of gratitude, because right now it's hard for some people to be in a space of gratitude when all of this is being, there's like a wave of stuff just overriding people. And so I ask that you learn to be grateful for the little things you have, and then be grateful for the big things that you have. Okay. So thank you very much. Namaste. And I will be seeing you guys tomorrow on Friday. So have a thankful Thursday. I like how the thankful Thursday. And a thankful Thanksgiving. And remember, your time matters, okay? All right. So I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.